And welcome. You're watching Pakistan TV, and on Pakistan TV it is World This Morning. I am Muzzamil Khan, and accidentally matching our outfits again with me, Eesha Rehan.
Yeah.
Hope you all are doing great, and well, we have an exciting episode loaded with lots of fun and something about our fresh businessmen coming up, people who are getting into businesses and trying to sell things, that at the end of the show. But before that, we have two absolutely exceptional and exciting news for you, and one of them is about the Olympics. We will get to all of that later, but first of all, how are you, Eesha?
Well, I'm doing absolutely great. It is a lovely Wednesday morning in Islamabad. We do hope for some rain, as I keep saying. I mean, I even dreamt about rain. But with that, we do have some interesting news to share with you that we are eager to share the details with you. So let's start with our highlights. First things first, what has actually happened is that a peaceful celebration at the Bondi beach turned into a terror horror story with two shooters shooting at least 15 people. The attack was linked to extremist ideology, as clearly stated by Australian authorities. The culprits, named as Syed Akram, originally from Hyderabad, India, migrated to Australia in 1998. He held an Indian passport. He had a gun license. He also had his son with him, who contributed to the shooting. It is reported that both father and son traveled to the Philippines in November 2025 and stayed there the entire month. I mean, this definitely highlights how India is supporting terrorism on a global stage. We will be diving deep into this subject as well, but we also have some interesting news about the Olympics. Why don't you go ahead and tell us?
Well, for all of the sports fans, especially the ones in contact sports, because I've been practicing contact sports for a very long time before joining this job here, excited about what Taekwondo, Judo and boxing will hold in Olympics, and we are talking about Los Angeles 2028 Olympics. Now, about these Olympics, this avoids large-scale new construction, uses iconic stadiums and arenas already that are in place. The SoFi Stadium, Inglewood. Also, opening and closing ceremonies would be held. Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum Athletics historic Olympic venue has been picked again.
And what specifically makes me happy about this is that this sporting event is for everyone. The ticket pricing is as low as $28. It is not going to be over the top expensive, accessible to everyone. Yeah. And we've heard that almost more than 50% of athletes participating are going to be women. I mean, that definitely makes us happy. And in our last segment,
you might see me reporting from there for Pakistan TV.
Oh my God, we do want Muzzamil over there bringing us the entertainment and the charisma that we want to see. But with that, we will be talking about our last highlight, where a young Pakistani man, an ambitious man, is connecting people. He's making the Pakistani leadership and professionals feel like they're contributing to the purpose, peace and presence of their potential. It is where we are headed and why we are headed. He is at the forefront of leadership, influence and human connection, bringing together professionals who are very well versed in what they do and giving them the purpose and sense of reality and where to head in life. We are very excited about this deep insight and this subject. And with that, we will be heading out towards a short break, so make sure to grab your chai, because we do have a very, very interesting show ahead. All right, welcome back to all the lovely people who stayed tuned for this interesting subject. We are going to be uncovering what is happening all across the globe, how terror is spreading and how India is potentially funding this terror all across the globe. The Bondi beach, a peaceful ceremony, a peaceful event taking place, was blood shattered, and what happened?
There was a lot that happened, and for humanity and for the safety of families and people and innocent people around the globe, the point of concern really is security. Now, on that topic, funerals were held. The first mass funerals were held. This is the first of its kind for this mass shooting after the incident that has happened. Now, Australia held the first funeral for the victims of the Bondi Beach mass shooting. Also, Donald Trump has come out saying that he stands united with all of those parties that are around the globe and that stand against terrorism. Pakistan's role has been at the forefront in the fight against terror. US President Donald Trump condemned the Sydney attack and expressed condolences over the tragic loss of lives. Now, about the Bondi gunmen, Indian police have confirmed that these people traveled on Indian passports also. And the Telangana police has said that one of the shooters had family in Gujarat and was visiting them quite often.
And not just this, we do have reports that the Sydney attack shows that India has become the epicenter of global terrorism. The world is witnessing how India is systematically promoting terrorism at a global level, which is the endorsement of Pakistan's position about India's state terrorism. Pakistan's point of views is clear that India is spreading terrorism and at a state level, not only in Pakistan but also in Canada, in the US and other European countries. This brutal attack in Sydney is clear evidence that India is globally sponsoring terrorism.
Now, for going deeper into the subject matter, we should now go to Professor Dr. TUGHRAL YAMIN. He is our senior analyst, joins us here at Pakistan TV and World this morning. Now, about this sad event, there is, before I go to my question, first of all, thank you for taking your time out for Pakistan TV, Dr. Saab. Now, Sydney incident, it's something dramatic also happened. A dash cam footage of a family showed that a couple was trying to disarm one of the terrorists and they got shot and they lost their lives in the process. And then Ahmed Al-Ahmed stepped up and he decided to wrestle down the shooter. So let's start off by diving into the mindset of these terrorists. They went to Philippines to get military-style training. What do you think they were holding in their minds that pushed them to do what they did?
Muzzamil Sahab, these people were obviously radicalized. They had their own notions. They had their own worldview of how the world should be ordered, and in that perhaps killing people was on the top of their agenda. But that having said, I would say that counterterrorism is a very precise scientific art. In this particular case, I think the Indian police as well as the Australian police or the authorities clearly missed visible signs. This fellow, the elder Akram, he had been visiting Philippines, as you very rightly pointed out. He has been making visits to southern Philippines. So it defies logic. Why didn't the Indian police question him properly? Why wasn't he picked up? Why weren't his antecedents checked? Similarly, about the younger Akram, it is said that he did appear on the Australian security apparatus's antenna. He was questioned, but then he was let off. He was an unemployed bricklayer. So if they had evidence or if they had any inkling that this fellow could go to the extreme of killing other people, then he should have been detained or more thorough checks should have been carried out, in my personal opinion. Counterterrorism needs to be taken very seriously. You just can't ignore visible signs that are happening. So these two persons who went on a killing spree on this beach in Australia definitely were psychopaths, and they were leaving behind footprints which were ignored. So I think the blame does rest with the authorities. They should have checked. They should have checked their travel records. Southern Philippines, Mindanao, is well known for giving trainings, as you mentioned, to people who want to indulge in terrorist activities. So I don't understand why were they let off? Why weren't they checked properly? So I think the blame does rest with authorities concerned. This was a perfectly avoidable incident, or sometimes I think perhaps it could have been some kind of false flag operation, because the Israeli Prime Minister didn't take any time going on record and saying that it is the fault of the Australian government why they have given the Palestinian state the token recognition that they had given. So he was trying to pin the blame on the Australian government, not for not providing security or not for apprehending these people, but because they were on the path to recognize the Palestinian state. So it again gives me shudders to think that people can go to such extremes of getting their own people killed to flag this issue. So these are issues which need to be addressed, and addressed at the international level, at the national level, at the regional level. Terrorists must be properly tracked. There should be a proper database of these people, for example, visiting Philippines or other places of interest. Even our former tribal areas where people have been coming for training, etc. These people should be properly checked and not let off. And this information should be shared internationally, globally, with the Interpol, with other agencies, telling them, hey there, we have got this mysterious chap who has appeared on our radar. He got to be checked. She got to be checked, detained, properly interrogated before he or she can indulge in violent acts. Muzzamil Saab.
Definitely. Dr.
Right.
Turkmel, you've highlighted that very, very accurately. It is raising a lot of concerns globally about gun laws and how gun laws need to be maintained and regulated. But the question remains that the attackers, they held an Indian passport, they traveled to the Philippines on an Indian passport, and Pakistan has pointed out very clearly that India is spreading terrorism at a state level, not only in Pakistan, but all across the globe in major countries as well. I mean, this brutal attack and clearly in Sydney clearly states that India's global sponsored terrorism is now reaching new heights. So what does this say about India's portrayal of themselves as the victim all the time on an international level? Now it's being exposed at the international stage about what they're doing in sponsoring terrorism.
Eesha, I would again repeat, the Indian security agencies had their blinkers on. They were not monitoring people who could be dangerous. Uh, I don't know. I don't think that they were providing this particular duo money to go on a killing rampage, but they were certainly complicit because they were not checked, they were not interrogated, they were not apprehended before they went about killing innocent people. Uh, Anybody who's killed without proper self-defense is innocent, whether it's a Jew or a Palestinian or a Kashmiri. That goes without saying. So Indian government in this particular case, and not that they have not been complicit in spreading global terror, but in this particular case, I think their biggest flaw was that despite the very comprehensive security apparatus that they have, they failed to pick this up. Whether this was deliberate, I do not know. Jury is still out. It's still too early to say that they were actually complicit in this attack. Yes, one of their nationals carrying an Indian passport, the other was an Australian national, the younger Akram, did carry out this heinous crime. So, in that, by extension, Indian government could be complicit, but I don't think they were involved in planning this attack. They are spreading terror globally. I totally agree, and they have been spreading terror inside Pakistan. They have been providing ammunition. They have been providing funds to people to conduct terrorist activities in Pakistan. I think our country is the one which is worst affected by India's shenanigans. But in this particular case, I think they are complicit in only to the extent that they did not pick out this person and they did not held him to account before he went on this uh, abhorrent act. This shouldn't have happened had the security apparatus been vigilant. In my personal opinion, most attacks can be stopped. It's very rare that somebody loses his or her mind and carries out a spontaneous attack. Most of the attacks, terrorist attacks, are well planned. The people who carry out these attacks are radicalized deliberately, or they develop some kind of mindset of their own accord. But these attacks can be stopped, and in that on that note, I think the Indian government is certainly culpable for this heinous crime. Yes, Eesha.
All
Very
right.
eloquently articulated, Professor Saab. And this brings me to my question, which is, now, Pakistan has conducted thousands and thousands of intelligence-based operations. Armed forces have been at the forefront of these missions, protecting Pakistan's integrity and the safety of people. And we have countered activities from ISIS. We have countered terror activities from Tehreek-e-Taliban, exposed their plans. People have lost their lives. There have been bomb blasts. APS is one incident that the world saw unfold, an unfortunate incident. There were bomb blasts and there were markets that were facing explosions. And there was a time when Pakistan suffered greatly at the hands of terrorist activities. But every time one of these terrorist outfits, be it the BLA, be it these terrorist outfits that have embedded their roots deep in Balochistan, and they're working in collusion with terrorist outfits from Afghanistan, be it ISIS, How deep do you think every time something happens, India has the videos beforehand, India is in link with the terrorists, DGISPR comes out with a press conference and exposes all of their plans, and everything leads, even the basic OSINT investigations that go into place go back straight to India, and funding of the terrorist outfits that is coming out of India. How deep do you think the funding of the terrorist outfits from India is?
Muzzamil Saab, no terrorist activity can take place without foreign funding. They are foreign sponsors who provide information, who provide money, who provide guidance. So these collusions are deep. And now that we know that these two men, the killers, had links with IS, then uh, we should be worried. This is one organization which does not get the kind of spotlight that perhaps TTP gets or the Baloch separatist organization gets. So IS needs to be monitored. IS is not a very big organization. Its cadres are probably maybe a few thousand, not many. They are not as extensive as these abhorrent so-called Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan or BLA or other affiliates. So this IS has to be monitored. Their networks in Pakistan need to be carefully checked and exposed, and they should be caught uh, before they undertake any horrendous activity in Pakistan. We need to protect our own people. And as you very rightly pointed out, we are losing men every day, young soldiers, young officers. They are being killed mercilessly by these very, very bad people who have no religion. Their only religion is to kill. Their only religion is to spread chaos and fear and terror among the innocent people. So I think we need to have our guards up. We need to investigate these people, and we need to have a more.
Definitely.
Now, so the terrorist attack that was launched by India on Pakistan, I would like to call it a terrorist attack because after the Pahalgam incident, Pakistan opted for clear investigations. India decided to launch Operation Sindoor, and in the media frenzy, their ex-army personnel were on TV saying that they should fund people. They should fund people, target killers in Islamabad and in Lahore and in Karachi, and those people should be given money to hit people working for Pakistan and Pakistani institutions. Practically, they were talking on their national media about paying people money to kill officers of Pakistan. Now, there is this mindset that was being propagated onto the national media. And then we saw Bihar and what happened in Bihar. A lady doctor was being given her degree, and her veil was in a shameful manner manhandled by the person who was handing her documents, and he decided to pull her veil down. Where do you think India is going with this mindset of openly conducting such activities and coming out on national media with these shameless and derogatory statements on both sides?
And Muzzamil, building on to this, we actually have reports about what happened afterwards. A widespread criticism has erupted across India after a senior minister allied with the Yogi Aditya government made a deeply offensive remark. Let me read out the remark. What he actually said is that during his exchange, his name is Nishad, he says, "Why so much noise over touching the hijab? What if someone's hand touched somewhere else?" I mean, this statement is so vulgar. It's so disgusting. I mean, women's rights organizations are stating that this is harassment, sexual harassment, and it is psychological abuse as well. So what do you have to say about this?
Well, I think they are disgusting men who are ruling India, which includes Modi, which includes this idiot chief minister of Bihar who had the audacity of pull the veil of an innocent doctor who had gone to receive a certificate. There are people like Netanyahu. There are other bigots who are ruling this world, and frankly, these kind of people should not be tolerated. But the onus of responsibility of removing them from power rests on their own people. The Indians should remove Modi, or other bad people like him, or Israelis should remove Netanyahu or other killers who kill innocent Palestinians. So I think the world cannot do anything unless the people themselves remove these people, men or women who are a danger to their own internal peace and external peace. Thank you very much.
Right.
All right.
Thank you for joining us here at Pakistan TV, Professor Saab. Very candid insight into the mindset of how the terrorist activities and how problematic minds can be pushed if the leaders are reckless. And that reckless behavior is coming out of India. Now, enough with what has been happening at the hands of people who have been conducting themselves in an improper manner. We are going to go towards something which is much more important, and that is a key aero report on Pakistan-India war. The serial numbers of 4 Indian Rafael jets shot down by Pakistan during the May aerial skirmish have been identified by the British defense magazine that is named Key Aero. Its investigation report says that Key Aero has revealed during 52-minute air engagement between Pakistan and India, the Indian Air Force lost 4 Rafael aircraft bearing the serial numbers BS-001, BS-021, BS-022 and BS-027. Talk about propaganda. They were screaming loud enough for the world to hear that no Rafael jets have been shot down by Pakistan. This dogfight was clearly fabricated, and the facts that were produced in the press conference in front of the world media were fake. And here we have Key Aero, a British magazine, showing the serial numbers of the Rafael jets that have been shot down.
Oh my gosh, you cannot hide the truth from the world, Muzzamil. I mean, as much as the Indian media tries their best to elude their facts and make everything opaque in the eyes of the world, the facts are clear, they're straight, and it definitely highlights the resilience of the Pakistani army under the current Field Marshal's
and the professionalism. These jets were shot down beyond visible sight range.
Exactly.
Beyond visible sight range.
It does highlight the skill, the capabilities of the Pakistani military. And with that news, we do have something interesting to share with you as well. The European Union Parliament has nominated a UN Special Reporter Peace Prize to Francesca Albanese and Gaza-based doctors Dr. Hassam Abu Sufya and Dr. Sara Al-Saka for the 2026 Nobel Peace Prize. It recognizes their commitment to human rights and medical care. The nominated doctors risked their lives during the armed conflict to carry out medical duties. The lawmaker emphasizes that the global campaign for the nominated calls on the international community and political leaders worldwide to respect international law and human rights, to make sure that all people are faced with dignity under all circumstances, according to a statement shared by the nomination was signed nearly by 300 eligible proposals from 33 countries, and it is a very, very rightful nomination for all the people who did contribute to the efforts of protecting the people of Gaza, putting their lives in harm's way to make sure that the children, women and men were looked after during these tiring times. And
well, we will be going on a short break, and we've got more exciting stuff lined up for you, but stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back yet again. And before we move in with our next segment and the news, we have to decide between us who gets to do the first news, and that is the game of rock, paper, scissors.
Again,
quick, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh my gosh, I won. All right, Muzzamil, I am definitely going to be taking the New York news. What is actually happening that in New York City, it has been covered with snowfall, and I mean, what a wonderful sight to see. The first snowfall of the season, I might say, bringing colder temperatures and the wintry conditions across the region to a new height. Snow began falling overnight, dusting the streets, parks and rooftops, and creating a sleek conditions for the morning commute. City officials urged motorists and pedestrians to take caution while crews were developed to clear the roads and sidewalks. I mean, yes, the snowfall does cause a lot of hindrance, but I feel like it is setting the right tone for Christmas and all the celebrations and the beautiful lighting.
Hot chocolate, warm blanket and vacations. I miss New York. Anyway, mountaineer Saima Beg, Pakistan, making big names. Now, mountaineer Saima Beg has become the first Pakistani to ski to the South Pole. This is big. And she was a part of an international expedition organized by Elite Expeed, which departed from Pakistan on the 2nd of December. In a post on her Facebook page, She said that she was deeply grateful and humble to have successfully skied to the last degree of the South Pole, marking a milestone in her pursuit of exploring this great planet. Now, this is big when we talk about sports, and of course, endurance is at the forefront of such feat, such extraordinary feat. What do you think?
All right, I do think we do applaud Saima Beg for achieving this accomplishment of Samina Beg, of reaching this achievement to go up, to hike, put her body through such a trial, and make sure to witness this whole thing, take it to the end, and make sure that she raises Pakistan's flag and name across the globe as well. We do
being
appreciate
a girl that every time I see a girl pull off such difficult things, it gives me, I don't know, sort of excitement and, you know, all of those emotions.
We do wish her more success. I mean, do reach new heights, Samina Beg. We congratulate you. A big round of applause for you. We are very happy. But with that, we will be talking about the biggest sporting event, which is upcoming. It is the Olympics 2028 happening in LA. And what is particularly fascinating about this is that LA wants everyone to be included. This sporting event is inclusive for all because ticket prices are starting from just $28. I mean, it is brilliant because people want to witness the peak, the skill and the credibility of these sporters, of these athletes.
You know, these athletes, they put in so much hard work.
At their peak, putting in and enjoying the efforts that they enjoy in sports, right? Everyone deserves to witness this, and what we are very excited about is that 50% of the athletes, more than 50% of the athletes are going to be women. We are definitely going to be witnessing a phenomenal and brilliant era of athletes, but to speak more about the ticket pricing and what is actually going to happen, we actually have KASHIF SHABBIR, our trusty sports analyst, here with us. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
All right, it's absolutely lovely to have you here. First things first, let's talk about the ticketing of the 2028 Olympics happening in LA. This announcement actually came after the backlash of the FIFA World Cup tickets, which were actually skyrocketing with the ticketing price was around $4,000 for the final. I mean, what do you have to say about when sporting activities and events like these are priced at such a high cost, when common people who are excited to see sports cannot witness it?
First of all, we all agree that this is going to be a mega event once again. And the last time this Olympic was held in 1984, I guess, in LA. So after a very long time, it is being held in Los Angeles once again. You're absolutely right. The ticket should be priced at a level where it is affordable for the general public, because everybody wants the general public to come and witness the sports, the different sports that are being displayed in the Olympics. But let's talk about some of the budgeting. The budgeting of this Olympic is at around 6.8 billion US dollars. And when we say that it is such a huge budget which is allocated for this Olympic, I'm sure people will come witness this Olympic, only then the revenues will be generated. And I think very rightly it was pointed out by FIFA that the ticket, if it is costing at around $4,000 a ticket, it is not affordable for most of the people. So very rightly, I think around 1 million of the tickets are now available at $28. And then obviously the ticket prices will go up. But obviously this is a very good gesture by the Olympic Federation, and it will pave a very noble way for people to come and witness the games.
All right, thank you so much for highlighting that, Kashif. And what we are the most excited about to discuss is that cricket is finally returning to the Olympics after 100 years. What do you have to say about this, Kashif? I know you are an avid sports fan.
Part B to that question, and that is, why do you think the cricket was excluded at all? It's one of the most popular sports on the face of this planet.
It is, but I think at that time, mostly it was 5-day cricket. Then slowly and gradually, 1-day cricket also came. And but now we have the luxury of T10 and T20, and I'm sure now it is very much possible for these games to be part of the Olympics. And I think this was a very right decision. And not only cricket, but the inclusion of American football, squash, and different other sports are also coming in the Olympics. But obviously, we are very excited when we see cricket in the Olympics, because we know that this is one game where Pakistan will definitely be participating, because Pakistan, unfortunately, is not participating in many of the games in the Olympics. We have just few of the games which are available for the Pakistani sportsmen and women. So inclusion of cricket is very positive for Pakistan, but both women and men cricket will be displayed in the Olympics. So I think Pakistan should now focus on the women cricket more as compared to men, because we want our women to contribute, as more than 50% of the participants will be women. So we want our women cricket to be as good as our men's cricket.
Definitely,
right,
definitely.
and talking about Olympics, which of the sports excites you the most? Because, you know, it's an array, it's a whole menu when we talk about the Olympics, all the way from boxing, taekwondo, judo, to javelin,
swimming,
to shot put, hammer throw, whatnot. So which sports are you interested in when we talk about the Olympics? Because it's a setting of the world's most physically fit people.
Oh my gosh.
I think for me as a Pakistani, the most exciting games are the ones where Pakistanis are participating. And initially we were more focused on hockey, because at that time Pakistan had they were the champions in the hockey, and we were always excited to see Pakistanis and Pakistani flags being raised in the Olympic stadium. But nevertheless, I think all the sports are very exciting. I mean, all the sports, they attract the attraction of all the spectators, the audience. So, but now I think cricket is going to be the focal point for all the Pakistanis, because they will be focusing on cricket at the most.
All right, thank you so much for highlighting that, Kashif, Shabbir. And with that, we also have our last question, which is regarding that squash is also back in the Olympics, which we are very excited about. Pakistan actually has a legacy, a world legacy in the Olympics regarding in squash as well. So how do you think it is going to help the Pakistani players revive their engagement with squash at the Olympic level once again?
Definitely, we would like to revive our legacy of Jansher and Jahangir Khan, and we know that we have the talent, we have the ability, we have the capabilities of improving this game. And I'm sure if the Squash Federation, they start working on the youth and the young generation, they can revive. Definitely, they can revive the legacy, because we know the art. We know how this game is being played, and we have been ruling the world in this game through Jahangir Khan and through Jansher Khan. I'm sure we can, if we focus on this sport, this can be revived. And now, because it is included in the Olympics, so that gives another, positive intention to all the Squash Federation to work on this sport and raise the flag of Pakistan in the Olympics.
All right, perfectly
right,
highlighted.
thank you for taking your time out for Pakistan TV, Kashif, and it's always a great experience talking to you. With this, now we are going to go on a short break, but before we go on a short break, for our football fans, there is some great news about the FIFA Awards. And that is Eitana Bonamati and Ousmane Dembele were crowned the top honorees for the Best FIFA Football Awards 2025. In a ceremony, Barcelona and Spain midfielder Eitana Bonamati claimed the Best FIFA Women's Player Award for a historic third consecutive year, becoming the first female to do so. These visuals on your screen are from that ceremony. On the men's side, Paris Saint-Germain and France forward Ousmane Dembele was named the Best FIFA Men's Player. Well, that is for our football fans and players alike. With this, we are going to go on a short break, and when we come back from that short break, the youth of Pakistan, stay tuned, and people who are struggling with sales, please stay tuned, because we have somebody in-house who is going to give you the key to how to make your businesses better, becoming a best salesman. And welcome. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Muzzamil. Go ahead, Muzzamil.
Well, About sales and about becoming a person who can sell themselves, sell their ideas, and then sell their products. We have somebody in-house who is going to be discussing his personal journey and what he is providing to the youth and people who are looking for betterment. Now, Raah-e-Haasil is a mission that is being led by this specific individual, and he joins us here today in our studios with his deep insight into the matter and improvement of the self.
All right, we're so excited to have him in studios today. He is guiding professionals to pursue the path of what to do in life to guide them about the greater self. We have him in studios today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
ASAD Malik MEHMOOD is leading this platform, and about his mission and his leadership of this mission, there is a spiritual side to a person's development, and when you help somebody in their life become a better version of themselves, there is a certain incentive behind it. So I am going to start with my question, sir. How do you feel when you improve someone's mindset? What is the spiritual impact that you face?
I believe first of all it's Haasil.
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 Raah-e-Haasil.
Raah-e-Haasil. So Haasil is the name of my company.
Right.
So by the name itself it says that Haasil is actually something I really want people to pursue in their lives, is not doing anything for the sake of doing. We really want to connect young masses with the idea of, with the ultimate essence and purpose, you know. So usually what happens, whatsoever we see around us, whether we talk about the content in the music, in the any industry, you see it's more to do right now shallow. Substance is missing. So we are authenticating people to attention of detail, the importance of the process. So you know, the process is important, taking that journey is important. So the idea of seeking to becoming itself says that, you know, the seeking itself has a lot to say. When you seek, you even learn from the false teacher. You know? So when there is the right intent with your seekness, you go for that craft which is required for to becoming a great sculpture artist, to becoming a great businessman, to becoming whatsoever you want to become. And when it comes to being selling any idea, it's important to understand the pulse. You know, in sales we say understanding the language of your customer.
All right.
Right? So understanding the language of a customer is not actually the literal language, it's the pulse. I have worked within Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region for some good time. There was a project, and while my stay there, I was not being able to, let's say, learn the language itself.
All right.
But I was very successful in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in terms of my projects because I captured their pulse, the essence of their warmth. Very hospitable people. They have got that warmth, the culture. So I captured that language. So that is the actual language which actually they wanted to pursue.
That is what a true salesperson can achieve, right? And we do appreciate Raah-e-Haasil's efforts, because what you do is that you work within the inward reflection of people. And I would like to point out these figures. Since February 2024, Raah-e-Haasil has worked with over 600 professionals, guiding them from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa all the way to Karachi, with a 94% positive feedback. And what you actually do is that you help build the leadership, the sales, and how do you distinguish all these things combined with the inward self-reflection? What are the aspects that you integrate in your training?
First of all, we do trainings in 3 key pillars: sales, leadership, and brand. That is the first thing. And the second thing is the way we do it, the format of our workshops, we call it cinematic, theatrical, and experiential, because we want to do it in a way which is very disruptive, because the world we live in is changing every other day. So there used to be a time when the knowledge used to get double in, let's say, 50 years. Then a time came 20 years, 10 years. Now it has come to the days. You know, so the disruptive mindset we try to make people learn through the process of inclusion, diversity, and authenticity as part of our workshops. So what we have been able to deliver, the workshops very cross-sectoral, within the development sector, within the corporates, public, private, academia, and a very good mix of the generations coming together. That is also one of our very unique selling point or uniqueness about our trainings, that we make directors sit together with the young graduate and the mid-career professionals in one room. Because we believe if a director also wants to learn, so he has to see what the young has to say. And if the young one has to learn, then he has to or she has to see what the director has to say. What is happening actually, the director's training program, all like-minded people sitting together. The real productivity comes when you are able to grasp and eager to learn that what the young one hardly with a one-day experience even can offer me in terms of the learning.
What a
Right, when we
beautiful
talk
way to
about
bridge the
sales and
gap.
businesses and improvement in this specific area of life, where do you think the middle class faces the most difficult time? Because selling is something, whether be it in the medical industry, education, where do you think the roadblock is to a good business that wants to excel in society but lacks when it comes to sales?
What happens actually is that everyone in our society is actually running after the degrees. They're running after the alpha, A, B, C, the brands, you know. The real change happens when you start seeing beyond, you know. It's all about, at the end of the day, about the mindset, you know. So it's, if you have a rich mindset, you know, you will always be coming up with the something which you were not expecting. Difficulties, hurdles, it's a part of the process. But what happens with us that we aim for degrees, we do not aim for the process. The learning happens not on the checkpoint, the learning happens, the track you take 6 kilometers during that process, the learning happens there. So this is the missing point. What our middle class is basically facing is actually the mindset problem.
Definitely.
Where they are not being able to actually tackle the process. They are about to see the success only in the word success or failure.
All right.
Otherwise, it happens other way around.
All right, you've explained that beautifully, right? And we do applaud your efforts in the way you're bridging the gap between all these communities. And when I was going through your website, what really sparked my curiosity was the BETEC idea, right? So in a world where we're involved in WhatsApp groups or Zoom meetings, we often lose the human-to-human connection, the networking and the bonding that we can face in real life. So please explain the idea of the BETEC and what kind of concepts does it impose with empowerment and the individual building of oneself.
Actually, we believe, being a learning and a development brand, we believe that we want to contribute public value at large to the social construct of our society, the place we live at. Living in the city, talking about Islamabad, and then it comes to the state level, you know. So the idea is to revive our original, genuine, substance-based, authentic core values of our societies. So there used to be a program by a very known writer in Pakistan, Ishfaq Ahmed, called Zawiya. So what we have done today, that we have created a modern fusion version of Zawiya, where we are trying to bring together, just like at our homes, in our living areas. It's hardly now there is a time when we try to sit at one table at one point of time, grandparents, parents, and ourselves together without the gadgets.
That connection is gone. That connection is gone.
So what we have done, we call it Chandni Chowk of all generations. So we have created a signature community event. So we try to do after every quarter, means after every 3 to 4 months. So one we are doing this 20th December, Saturday evening, 6 to 9 p.m. here in Satpur village. Do come. It's a very good signature event. We call it December ki Sham Haasil ke Saath. So we have incorporated the essence and romance of Islamabad winters, the element of Mughla hills, the roads, you know, the poetry, the storytelling, the warmth, music, instrumental play. So we have invited some great intellects of our society, some great legends, celebrities and actors also on the day. So that is how the craft is.
The connection comes first.
Yes.
And then out of that, a community is born, and then you serve the community with your business, and that is where you get the sales from.
We believe in Bulle Shah's saying, where he says that मस्जिद ढा दे मंदिर ढा दे जो कुछ रहता और किसी
दिल
का दिल ना ढा
Wow,
It was great having
so
you
beautifully.
here.
It was such an honor having you here, speaking so candidly about your experiences about guiding the youth of Pakistan and also the high-level professionals of Pakistan to a greater path, to a path that is going to make sure that Pakistan does reach the heights of success that it does want to achieve. We do appreciate all the efforts made by Asad Malik Mehmood and his team, and we are going to be excited to visit the Batik this Saturday.
Inshallah.
Make sure to come as well and make sure to enjoy and contribute back to the life of Islamabad. With that, we will be closing this morning show and this segment. We will be wrapping this up. Make sure to catch us live tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Same
We
time,
will be
same
eagerly
channel.
waiting for you. This is Muzzamil Ali Khan and Eesha Rehan signing out. Good
Bye.
morning.